Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TARDIS Zone on this Sunday evening. Sorry, I was going to say afternoon there. We are here for Love and Monsters, but I also want to do, I want to get the panel on because I want to do a quick trailer reaction. I watched it last night, but I want to hear the other panel's thoughts on it. But the Batman trailer dropped last night. I have to be honest, I'm pretty impressed myself. I know there are people out there that are do have some complaints. In fairness, you know, there's always going to be people out there that are not going to be happy with some elements. I think the reaction of some people, because some people have had a different opinion on this, is actually ridiculous. Listen, I like it. I know people that don't like it. That's fine. It's fine. It was the same when Affleck's Batman, when the trailer dropped. Some people liked it and some people disliked it. So we all need to calm down a little bit and remember that people are entitled to a different opinion. So I'm going to start sending the emails out to my panel and get them all on board. So I hope the find is all well. Sorry about Ted. Ted is going to be in the background. You might hear him. He's still a little bit upset because, you know, fireworks all over the place. But he'll be fine. He'll be fine. So I hope everybody's doing well. We did a 5 hour, I think it nearly ended up 4 hour stream last night. Do you know what? It kind of, I was looking at it and, you know, it's not just the watch along that we did. We actually had some great discussion and spoke about some great topics. So if you could do me a favor and actually, you know, share this stream and actually tell people that we do more than just the movie watch along, because there was some great topics discussed last night, and I do feel that, you know, other channels do discuss. See, this is the problem. We have these discussions kind of during the stream alongs, which we shouldn't be really doing, to be quite honest with you, because we should do them separately. But because, you know, some of these streams, last night's stream I thought was excellent, and there was some valid points made, and they just seem to get lost in the fact that we have we've done the watch along. Right, I'm sending the emails as we speak. So there's only one more person now I think I have to get, and then we should be away, and then I'll do the shout outs while I'm waiting on the panel. Then we're going to do that reaction to that trailer, because I want to actually hear what the panel's thoughts are on it. I just need to get I keep forgetting bloody one email address, so I'm just going to go into the Twitter for a minute just to get their email address. I should write all these down actually. I keep saying that, but I should actually write them all down. There we go. There we go. So I think that's everybody now. It's a big panel tonight. Big panel. And while everybody is coming in to the panel, I will get the trailer ready. Because I definitely want people to see this, because I want people's reaction. As I said, I know there are people out there that are not a fan of this trailer, and you know what? As I said, those people are entitled to their opinions. I wouldn't necessarily agree with them, to be quite honest with you. I actually think this trailer is actually very good. I know some people are giving out about the eye makeup that he has on, but he's either literally just took off his mask or whatever. And, you know, the other Batmans would have had eye makeup because his eye makeup, you know, Robert Pattinson's eye makeup is on. Apparently he's an emo boy or whatever, you know, which I think is a little bit unfair. you know, the criticism that I have is the Catwoman suit doesn't look great, and Colin Farrell is playing the Riddler, and the Riddler does look great in it, but Colin Farrell can't do accents, and that's what I'm worried about. So I do have worries, but as a trailer, seeing him in the role as Batman, I have to be honest, he convinced me last night. You know, he's talked a lot of crap, but watching that fight scene at the end, holy shit, I was sold. I'm sorry, I'm sold. I'm in. So let's bring on our panel. Let's bring on our panel. We'll start with ladies first, I think. Yeah. So we're gonna bring her on. At night time, when there's a full moon, she becomes a wolf. And then comes the storm. It's the wolf in the storm.
Hello.
Nice to have you here.
Nice to be here.
Nice to have you. Sundays are always great, aren't they? Nice and relaxed. We like that. We like that.
Very much so.
Right, let's bring on the next lady on the panel. And it's Charlotte.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can indeed.
Hey, Charlotte.
Right, laptop's working, so I'm gonna hopefully my mic's gonna be nicer now.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Let's bring him on. He's a geek and he's part of a union. It's Geek Union.
Hello, howdy dowdy. How are you all doing?
Hello.
Nice to have you here. Let's move swiftly on. He's from Scotland, but not originally. He's from Scarrow, but he's put his roots down here at Scottish Davros.
Hello, panel. Hello, you doing tonight?
We're doing great. As you can see in the corner there, Jackie is waving her knickers at everybody.
Yeah. Yep.
Right, let's bring him on. This panel would not be complete without he is my co-host on this, I have to say, because it was his idea that we do this. So yeah, he is my co-host. I should really introduce him first, but I'd like to introduce him kind of last because, you know, he's come all the way from another planet, you know, and we know why he's here. Do you know what? It's not a bad reason, boobies. You know, I agree. But he's here and he's live with us. It's Rabbi from another planet.
Hello.
How are you?
What up, mate?
Good evening, everyone. I was really stressed out because I was late. I was like a few minutes late getting here, and I saw you starting at 9:15. I had a really good reason I was late because I got watching by accident World Enough in Time, which is a freaking awesome episode. My god, how good is that? Yeah, and so it was like going a bit late, but I was like, I get the Cyberman reveal. It was such a good episode.
No, Moffat kind of did. Like, I know we got Twice Upon a Time, but Moffat, he did try to. He would have left us on a high if he didn't have to do Twice Upon a Time.
I tell you, we got to do a watch along with Twice Upon a Time because I just love that story. I really love it.
All right. We will, because I'm the opposite to you, so it'll be interesting. Listen,
you're going to have to fight from me for that.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Now we've lived with Jodie for a couple of years. However woke it gets, it's like nothing. It's like there's like no wokeness can hurt you now.
Yeah.
Right. As you can see on the screen. Last night.
No.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell's playing Penguin.
I know. A penguin?
Yeah, he's playing Penguin.
The Riddler.
No, and the Riddler's played by what's he called again? Paul Dano.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%. Look, I'm looking at the IMDb.
Yeah. All right, okay, right. Well, last night, a lot of people got it wrong because everybody was saying he's unrecognizable as the Riddler.
I didn't even see the Riddler in the trailer. I need to look for him. I didn't see Penguin. I saw Catwoman briefly.
Yeah, don't like her suit, to be honest with you.
I couldn't really see it. There wasn't really enough.
I know, but I will say one thing, right? This trailer dropped. You've obviously watched it, but this trailer dropped last night, and I have to be honest with you, I was blown away. So I want to. Rabbi's kind of watched it. I've watched it. I don't know if anybody else has on the panel.
Actually, you know, I would like to say I am really impressed with WB and DC right now, who are in like a public ratings implosion, like they're a disaster. It was like DC has imploded, and they've generated in the middle of all that, like in the middle of that mushroom.
I know.
Generated genuine excitement.
Yeah.
I'm like, just the only thing, the only thing I don't like about this is, well, a couple of things actually, but the Justice League trailer is so much freaking better. I am so down for that movie. 4-hour miniseries, not a movie.
I don't know.
Oh,
listen, I did like the Justice League trailer, but I prefer this one. I just think the end of this one I think the reason why this one shocks me more is because of the stuff that Robert Pattinson has come out and said over the last few months.
Listen, I have to tell you, for me, he's the weakest link in the trailer. That fight scene at the end sells it. That fight scene at the end really
That's
sells
what I mean. It does.
Well, like everything else,
right?
When you see it with his thing off, he just looks a little bit, Robert Pattinson.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll roll the trailer, let everybody else see, and then we'll discuss what we like and dislike about it, and then we'll get straight into the watch-along, right? So here we go for everybody. This is the Batman trailer. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did, because I genuinely did enjoy this trailer. Here we go.
You reckon this is a reimagined death of his parents?
Yeah.
Could be.
That's really creepy if it is.
I'd have seen that death.
This trailer is epic. I'm sorry, but it is.
He's great. Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon.
Good actor.
Yeah.
Haven't a clue. Let's play a game. Just me and you.
A bit Joker-like writing, isn't it?
Can this mean anything? You.
This is just epic. I'm sorry, I love this trailer.
It seems a bit. So who's that?
That's
Colin
Farrell, I think.
Wow, I didn't recognize it.
That's not Colin Farrell.
But the pictures I've seen, his makeup is like really, really,
That's another Irish actor, but that's not Colin Farrell. Trust me.
I think it might have been.
So the pictures that he was just right there. He was just there.
I thought
like a second.
This is it. Watch. This is brilliant. This is just epic. This part.
Awesome trailer so far.
Yeah. That's it. Keep killing him. Sorry, but you've won me over. Look at that.
Yeah. I agree. Great Batmobile.
That was Colin Farrell there.
I have to watch it again to catch him.
Okay, even though
that is cool.
now that's what people have a problem with because he still has the eye makeup.
Oh, he does look a bit emo. Come on.
He just looks a bit. William Patton was his name is. He just looks a bit.
Right. Let's go to the whole panel. So we'll start with you first, Rabbi. Then. Right. Mm-hmm. So what are the good elements to this trailer for you?
Okay, the good elements are the tone. Tone's really cool. There's Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon's perfect. Like really good casting. Really works. I like they got a wig on him as well to make him look a bit younger. Because this Batman is like really young. That's like my only real reservation. He just looks really young. I like that fight scene is good. I really like that fight scene, but I like the realism of it. Like normally fight scenes they're like much more controlled, but they speed up. In a real fight, people like their fists speed up as they go along. So that was good. Love the Batmobile. Again, the only thing, and I have to say in context, I have to see what he's going to be like, and I have to see the movie to judge. But just looking at that, he seems a little bit, wimpy.
Yeah, but this is Batman. This is being explained, though. This is Batman just 2 years into his career.
Yeah, listen, I got to say,
starting off, so you have to look at it in those terms. Listen, we always say this about an actor that takes the role, right? And we always have our reservations. But I think the trailer, he's done himself a little bit of justice with the trailer. Yes, he looks a bit weak as Bruce Wayne. I'll agree, but as Batman, and that's what we look for. As Batman, I'm sorry, that fight scene at the end.
And again, I've got to see it in context. It could be okay. It could be. I mean, listen, my favorite Scream Batman is Ben Affleck. So I think he's the one close to the comic book. I really just like. I think basically I just like his muscle tone, his body, that costume. Everything with the Ben Affleck one was. Right. So if you're coming off that, I say Ultimate Batman. That was the best Scream Batman. You're just not going to be as good. It's better.
We'll see. We'll just look at. I say give them the benefit of the doubt. We wait until.
I'm still saying that Justice League trailer looks way better.
I disagree with you, Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck. I disagree with you, by the way. Ben Affleck isn't the best Batman. It's Michael Keaton. How dare you blaspheme?
Yeah, Michael Keaton was interesting.
How dare you blaspheme?
I preferred him in Spider-Man and Birdman. Okay, I thought better in both.
I'll agree with you. I think I think Affleck is a good Batman, but he's still not better than Keaton. Sorry. Disagree. Right, guys. Who else on the panel has anything good to say about this trailer? We'll go to the negative stuff in a minute because Rabbi has a list, right? He's probably wrote it down.
Right. I'm too busy thinking about the boobies. I don't have time to be writing stuff down.
True. So who likes this trailer?
Yeah,
I like the music.
Yeah, I like it.
Right.
I thought it was pretty. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I'm not saying you don't like it, Rabbi. I know you have a few issues with it, which is fine and fair enough. I do agree with you. There are some issues I have with the trailer as well. I don't like the Catwoman suit, for example. If he is playing, if he is playing, like you said, then it's not a very good Penguin costume design. But again, I'm probably going for that. You're right about wanting the tone of this. I think is perfect. So
that's what I was going to say quickly. It's got a film noir tone, which I heard in interviews he was aiming for. So if he does that, that's something different as well with Batman. We've not really had a noir Batman. So I'd be happy if we got that.
Last night when he was interviewed that this is going to be a Batman that we've never seen before.
Yeah, so, that's definitely what we see. And it feels kind of similar to the Joker movie as well.
It does. The Dark Knight. Yeah. There's a scene in it where he goes up through the flight of stairs,
right?
Christian Bale, but he does the same in this movie. It seems to be a kind of a rehash of that whole scene again. To be honest with you, so that might be
taken from Batman Year One.
But there might be a bit of homage there to the as you said, to Year One, and also to the Christian Bale, the Christopher Nolan movies. He could be. See, there could be a danger here, though, as well, which the trailer hasn't shown. There could be a chance. He's right there. He's not even doing that. And she's shushing the dog, and he's not even doing that. It could be in playing homage to different Batmans, and it could be inserted in the movie. And this is where you could have a problem because, he probably.
By the way, you like the Michael Keaton Batman? Apparently, he's been confirmed to be in the Flash movie.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's wild, isn't it?
There's going to be three versions of Batman.
Because they're trying to work it out.
Fine.
League is coming back, by the way. Justice League is not going to be his comeback. He is coming back. They're bringing him back as well. DC has.
That's because they're trying to work it up to the Batman Beyond thing. And honestly, if anybody is perfect playing it, the older version of Batman, Michael Keaton is bang on. I can't imagine anybody else.
Yeah, I think they're saying that that's not what they're going to do, but Wolfenstein, you're right. I mean, it's so obvious that this is where they're going to go with this. And
But as for the trailer, though, I remember having watched Batman the Animated Series in my teenage years and then reading the comics. They look to me like they're being pretty faithful to his early years, because before he donned the costume, he was wearing just like he wore like combat boots, and he had a little, like he had a cap on and a little like self-made mask. But the point is, when he first started out, he didn't have the discipline that he had in later years. And I really hope, if they're going this route, they need to touch on why. Because Batman, for as violent and dark as he could be, there was reasons why that there was lines he didn't cross. Because in his earlier years, and if you've ever read the comic that actually tells this story, in his earlier years, he was a lot more violent, a lot less disciplined. And one night when he was going after, I'm not sure if it was a group of criminals or if it was just one, but he got in over his head and he accidentally killed one. And that
when was this from? The comic?
Yes.
Well, I've
Is
never.
that where we got the war from?
Could that
He accidentally.
Scene at the end, though? That could be the scene that we seen at just right at the end of that trailer. That could be him losing control right there.
And it was after that, but it was after that he made that vow to himself that he would never, no matter what he had to do to take a bad guy down, he would never again take a human life, because he couldn't. He knew that he had gone too far. And if they decide to touch on that, I think it'd be really awesome, and it would really shove in the face of all the people that said that Man of Steel was so bad because all those people died. And I don't even understand that, because all that happened wasn't even his fault, and yet he got the blame for everything that Zod did. That is so beyond screwed up. I can't even honestly.
Well, I mean, honestly, my whole feelings with Henry Cavill's Superman has got a lot better, and the more I like Henry Cavill, right? At first I was like, yeah, but now I like really like him. I think his promotion of everything is great. I like how he talks to the fans nicely.
Yeah, he's such a charmer.
I like that. I don't care if he's pretending. At least he's pretending. Good for him.
I love Henry. Henry's
so now I'm much more into Superman. Listen, I was just thinking, while this is on, as we have multiple Batmans going on, would this be cool? And I think it would be cool. A movie set in the 60s Batman, but you have the whole Batman family. You got Bat Mike, you have the Bat Dog, you have Batgirl, and it's like you don't call it Batman, you call it the name of the mystery, the Black Pearl mystery, whatever. And it's you fought it, but I think you just do it really brightly colored, set it in that original 60s vibe, but make it even a bit more so. But don't make it take the piss out.
That'd be too hopeful nowadays. That'd be way too
it'll be such a different thing on the landscape. I would really like to see that.
Yeah, that'd be hopeful.
Can I just ask, because in the trailer we see 3 different villains. We see Catwoman, we see Penguin, and we see Riddler. So who is the main villain in this movie?
My guess will be Penguin, because it's the biggest actor.
That's one thing they got to be careful with. They have got to be careful, because
I don't think we've seen the main villain. I don't think he's gonna. I think they're going to be very careful with this and not blow their loads, as the saying is, too soon.
Yeah, but we've already seen 3 well-known villains in the trailer alone, and
someone pulling the strings in the background directing these villains.
But they just got to be careful, because that's one thing that these DC comic book movie adaptations have always kind of failed in, is that they bite off more than they can chew. That's kind of the thing that happened with the earlier Batman movies, the Schumacher films. Too many villains, not enough development, and crappy story.
The Schumacher
one villain and one villain only, and develop that.
But the Schumacher films failed because they got rid of Tim Burton because they didn't want to continue down that route, and they went with him. They wanted a lighter, kind of more family orientate Batman. I like Batman Forever, but the rest you can forget about. I mean, they get ridiculous. George Clooney as Batman probably has to be the worst casting decision ever
Yeah,
made.
because if you drop acid, right? I've never done that, but I would have thought drop acid and watch one of those Schumacher movies. You're gonna have a really good time.
Well, yeah, I know, but there's a scene in one of the Schumacher movies, and this sums it up, where they're supposed to be on ice, right? And they're wearing rollerblades. They're wearing rollerblades, and you can see the rollerblades. He doesn't even make an attempt to even CGI bleeding blades onto them. Like the roller, it was stupid. And Mr. Free, what the hell? Get away, man.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart.
No, that movie was a toy commercial. They came out and said afterwards, we basically did a massive toy commercial. That's why.
Right.
Yeah, that was a toy commercial, because I tell you something, as a Batman movie, it was disgraceful.
I mean, again, when you heard Mr. Freeze, you're expecting that, for the animated, you're expecting Patrick Stewart, carefully, thinking of plans, having a cold intellect. We got Arnold Schwarzenegger making cold jokes. Like, please, I'll put
the entire movie was basically bad puns.
Thought if he got great script and he got great dialogue, I actually thought he would have worked, to be honest with you. But they turned him into a joke, and it's just ridiculous. Oh man, this is why I have some hope now for Batman. But they have to do right if they're trying to. Batman for me has always been healthy anyway. Look at the movies. The movies have always done well. It's Superman that I think they should be working on. Superman is the character that DC have messed up the most.
Honestly, I think they got it right with Henry Cavill. I really think they got that tone spot on.
Listen, no, not Man of Steel is my favorite Superman movie of all time.
Yeah, so, I hear that. I like Superman too, but I totally hear that.
No, don't get me wrong. I love the classic ones, and it's still up there. But it's just that first movie, I just don't know what it was. It was just the first time.
You know why? It was it was a really different take on it. You had this hyper realism. There's a lot good about it. It really is. I mean, that's what I'm so psyched about the Snyder Cut, Justice League. 4 hours, a 4-hour miniseries. It's gonna be freaking awesome.
4 hours we're getting, 4 hours. I don't know how I feel about that, actually.
Oh, I'm so psyched.
But to be honest with you, he's obviously put a lot of time and effort into this, and this is the movie that he really directors. The movie that they really want to give you would be a 4 or 5 hour movie in reality.
Well, this was supposed to be 2 movies. Originally, Justice League was going to be 2 movies. Then Batman versus Superman didn't perform well enough, and they Constantine it down to 1 movie. Then Zack Snyder's, had a personal tragedy. His daughter committed suicide. It was really, really tragic. And they were supposedly brought in Joss Whedon just to do color correction and but it was supposed to be done. But we got a 90-minute pumped up Marvel-esque version. It just didn't work at all. It didn't work. I mean, I like some of the set pieces, but really didn't work at all. So this is I'm so psyched. No. Do you want to throw up the trailer, see what everybody thinks?
All right. Why not? I might as well be.
I'm gonna say, be careful you don't get claims, mate, for showing these trailers.
Oh no, their trailers are, according to Ballstrick, a fair game. Once we're
as long as we significantly add to it, which we're gonna.
Yeah.
You know what YouTube can be like, though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, it's very true.
See, I forgot what I'm looking for. What trailer I'm looking for?
Justice League. By the way, the Wonder Woman trailer also looked freaking awesome.
No, I disagree.
Oh, okay. Listen, Wonder Woman swinging off lightning on a lasso.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Okay, honestly, did you notice Gal Gadot all the way through that trailer? It's got to be a pretty darn bad movie to offset that.
The trailer looks decent.
They've got a massive Trump-alike.
The trailer looks decent, but the problem is that I think that the main storyline is pretty much been spoiled. So pretty much everybody knows what's going to happen.
Yeah,
that she's obviously going to wish. She's obviously going to use whatever that thing is that guy is trying to sell. She's going to wish Steve
him
back to life, realize it was a mistake, and then have to defeat him and have to make the choice to send Steve back. That's pretty much like
Yeah.
I mean,
again, I'm hoping there's more to it than that, but I guess we'll find out.
Right, here's this Justice League trailer. Oh, actually, no, hold on. This Justice League trailer has a song all the way through.
Oh, yeah, no, you're going to get zapped. Forget it.
Oh, God, forget it. No.
Yeah, don't touch it. It's got music.
You get copyright.
Because this one, to use an actual song all the way through.
Yeah, the whole way through.
I can't show it because I think someone did show that one, and I think they did get a smack, even though they shouldn't have, because they were obviously doing a critical analysis of it. But even YouTube is acting ridiculous now with their own copyright thing. But if someone in the chat would like one of the mods, if you want to put the trailer in the chat for anybody to actually check it out. And guys, if you want to actually check the trailer out behind the scenes there, it's only for 2 minutes. If you want to go ahead, watch it right now. Give me a reaction while I do the shout outs. How about that? So I'll do shout outs in the live.
I mean, I've already seen it. I've seen
right.
it.
Well, whoever hasn't seen the trailer, go and check the trailer out now while I do the shout outs. One of me mods will throw it in the live chat as well for you to check it out. Let me know what you think, and I'll do the shout outs because there's loads here. So we will start at the very beginning. And we've got Charlotte, who's on the panel. Wolf and Star, also on the panel. Welcome. Stuart. We've got Lee Anthony Davis. Julian's here. Problem being, Geek Union, who's on the panel. We've got a Facebook user. It says Facebook user. If you're on Facebook, do us a favor. Just drop us your name as well when you leave a comment so we can actually read your name out as well, because it only comes up Facebook user. Stuart is here. I think I mentioned Stuart. We've got Daniel, who's also on the panel. Rachel is here. Darren, the Thing King is here. Lee Anthony Davis. Chris is here as well. Welcome, Chris. James is here. Tiggy is here. He says, hello, peeps. Hello. Who else have we got? We're getting very close to the end now. If I have forgotten anybody, let me know. The Adventuring Nerd is here as well. Vanessa Laws here. Welcome. We've also welcome to the feedback as well. We'll say hello to the feedback as well. Just made its presence now. So hello, feedback. We might as well say hello to feedback if we want to say so.
It's always nice to get feedback. It's true.
So we want to welcome feedback as well. There's 20 views watching, including feedback. If you wouldn't mind giving the video a like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and don't forget to subscribe to everybody on the panel as well. Problem being, has put the Justice League trailer up for you there. So we'll go with Rabbi because Rabbi has actually seen this trailer, and so have I. And if anybody else on the panel has, you guys can also chime in there as well. But go ahead, Rabbi.
It was just freaking awesome. It was just awesome after awesome. You know, like Aquaman was better than when he was in the movie. I mean, I do like what's his name, whoever plays in the Game of Thrones guy. Which basically everybody you say that about. Yeah, he was freaking awesome in the trailer. Everybody was awesome. I'm really psyched for this movie. I think it's going to be so significantly better than the Joss Whedon version, and I think Joss Whedon is probably crapping in his pants because Zack Snyder basically was taking the blame for the DC universe, right? He basically
That's not the only reason he's doing that right now, Rabbi.
Right. Well, what?
It's not the only reason. Cyborg doesn't like him, does he, at the moment?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and I think that's why one of the big reasons they didn't want the Snyder Cut to come out, right? Because that was shattered that narrative, and
but see, they've used their head now because they're going to show this on HBO Max, and then I think there's plans to have Ben Affleck's Batman.
This is getting me to subscribe to HBO Max. By the way, I'm also subscribing for that new show, Raised by Wolves, which you haven't seen that trailer, freaking awesome. Oh my god, that trailer looks incredible.
I haven't seen it now, but pal, I haven't.
Comes out September 4th.
I haven't. No, having you guys seen it? I haven't. To be honest with you, I'm actually sorry, Ted again.
Darren M said that Az got killed on showing the trailer.
Yeah.
What happened?
It'd be that Hallelujah song, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darren M said Az got killed on showing the trailer.
Yeah, it's because of the Hallelujah
Yeah,
song.
which was he also used in the Watchmen movie, which I liked a lot. By the way, there's a fan of the Watchmen graphic novel, the original comic. I like that Watchmen movie. Is the Zack Snyder one?
Yeah, I do. I like it as well. Listen, can I ask you a question? Because everybody on the pod, right? This movie, obviously, you know, there were some fans out there from the beginning that said that this cut existed, right? And there's been excitement ever since he's announced it, right? Now, I have to ask this question because someone has to play devil's advocate. What if this 4-hour piece that he puts out isn't actually as good as fans think and actually isn't great at all, but is slightly better than the version that we got? I mean, after all of that hype, after all of the fighting between Schneider fans and other fans, this movie will have to be spectacular because after all,
it's the opposite, absolute opposite. It's got if it's anything other than mediocre, anything worse than mediocre, the people saying it never existed are going to look like bigger schmucks, right? Because they're like, what's your bloody problem, right? I mean,
That's what I was going to say. The Fandom win.
To like rub their noses.
The Fandom win, just getting there.
It's going to be good. You know why I think it's going to be good? Because I think it's got a lot of heart behind it. I really do. I think passion 9 times out of 10 produces great, not necessarily great work, but good work. Right?
We'll see because I don't know. You know, it's been hyped up so much. I hope it is because I've been hyped about this as well. But Charlotte wanted to jump in there. Charlotte was going to say something. Go ahead, Charlotte.
I know all I'm saying is I agree with Rabbi in the sense that this doesn't have to be amazing. It's the fact that the fans campaigned for something. The fans were stubborn enough. They kept with this. And you've got a major company to basically say, we're going to listen to the fans. And for how many years have we felt like companies have gone, oh, we don't need you guys. We can just produce whatever we want. So I agree. I think if this is decent, that's going to be enough for a lot of people because they've got this.
Here's a question that's not being asked. Do you think if Joss Whedon wasn't getting the heat that he was getting, this movie would ever see the light of day? Or do you think it's because he's getting heat now, this is the perfect time to release it? This will actually further damage him because if this movie does end up being slightly better than the version he basically went in and chopped up, let's be honest, chopped up Zack Snyder's version and then added
it gave us the awful CGI
his own fluffiness to it. It didn't work. And I do like Schneider. I do like Zack Snyder. I think visually he's a great bloody director. And he can construct these beautiful stories. It was sad what happened, but what should have really happened in reality is that all production should have stopped until he was ready to come back, and they should have let him.
Yeah, I
finish it.
I really disagree with that. It's a multi-billion-dollar company product. It's got like no one person is irreplaceable. Yeah, I mean, I see the business side as well. They won't be able to get insured to make movies again. Yeah, they can't do that. You can't have such a massive investment.
Yeah, but I say he would look. He would have wanted to complete the work himself because as you said yourself,
look, tragedies happen. Shit happens. Stuff happens.
He probably would have come back a lot sooner than people realised because he wanted to finish.
No, but they wanted him. That was not the reason that they kicked him out. They wanted him out. This was the opportunity. They cynically used it to get him out and rip up the.
Well, if they have any sense, they reheard the chat and then let him actually move forward. Let him move forward with this universe because if anybody could do it, listen, my personal choice would be Christopher Nolan for me. The Nolan brothers, I think, could actually move this DC universe forward, personally speaking. But Zack Snyder for me, you started with him. You might as well finish with him.
I'd like to see I like to see what he had to say. I like to see his vision. And from the beginnings of it wasn't great. It was flawed, but it was damn interesting. I like Batman versus Superman. But in answer to your question about Joss Whedon, what came first? What do we know about SJWs? What's the basic rule of an SJW? Is that they are cruel and they are cruel.
And they're terrible people.
That's why they all love Jodie, right? They're cruel and cowardly. So the HBO needed to pull something out of their hat to get people to sign up to the service. That made this happen. That made Joss Whedon weaker. And because he was weaker, the little weasels that he surrounded himself with all pounced on him. Because they're little weasels.
Yeah, they saw an opportunity for their own careers now. And it is, look, should you be cancelled for being an asshole? No, I don't think so. If that's all he's ever been is an asshole to people, I don't think that's any reason why people should be trying to cancel him or take him down.
Well,
I don't know all of the details. I don't know all of the details. I don't know if he was involved in any dodgy behaviour with women or anything like that. I do know that apparently he told off a pregnant woman or whatever. Right, but really, are we going to start cancelling people for being assholes?
No. This is what I think is the bottom line. Ray Fisher is the one who's really kicking up the fuss about this stuff.
I know, yeah.
Apparently, his character Cyborg was the main character in the Zack Snyder version, and he got relegated to like a minor character, like a basically non-character in the Joss Whedon version. I bet that's what the entirety is about.
Right. So he's not happy with the fact that he was sidelined.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at it,
so you wouldn't be happy if you were sidelined like that, though. If you were supposed to be the main character, and then like this new fella comes in and relegates you to a sub part. Of course, you'd be angry, but I mean, come on. I've listened to I've watched his tweets, and I have to be honest. It does come across as that he got screwed over, and now this is his chance to get revenge on him. I mean, that's the movie business, though. It can happen. I think they hire some great actors and actresses, and then sometimes what happens is when they see them in the scene, then after they've auditioned, they say, "Oh no, this is not working." They did it with Michael J. Fox years ago with Back to the Future. He was the original casting choice, but they couldn't get him, so they went with Eric Stoltz. Then when they were 6 weeks into the movie, they decided to make the decision. So it can happen. Decisions like that happen.
Yeah.
It's just him. I'm sick of this whole crime business, right? Get over it. Okay, he screwed you over, but you don't need to be adding to his problem. So what if he was an asshole? Everybody's an asshole at one stage or another. I'm an asshole. Right? Does that mean that I deserve to be cancelled? No fucking way. I don't. Right? I can be an asshole.
I don't think it's about that though, because in Back to the Future, they didn't change overall movie. The reason why they got rid of Stoltz is because his humor, or I guess lack thereof, didn't land properly. Because originally the part of Marty McFly was written for Michael J. Fox with his humor and his abilities in mind. When they couldn't get him because of family ties, they tried Eric Stoltz, but the humor just wasn't landing and it was too serious. Luckily, they were able to get Michael J. Fox back. But I mean, with Justice League, and I just watched it. It's fucking, oh my God, that trailer is amazing.
Horrible. But I think Batman versus Superman.
The scenes that with Cyborg just just tells you right there what the problem was. They did not give enough development to the main characters at all, especially
And,
him.
yeah, and the villain. The villain was like carbon cutout. Who cared about the villain?
The difference between what happened with Back to the Future and with this is that when Whedon came in, he was only asked just to do a few things to get it done, because at least 75% of the film was already done, and they just wanted him to come in and just round out that last little bit. He didn't really need to make a whole big bunch of changes, but he just went in and went, oh, screw this, and he went and just changed a whole bunch of things, which wasn't Zack Snyder's vision. The reason why the main villain came off as weak, because it wasn't tied to Cyborg. The two of them were tied together. The box in his chest that made him, gave him the abilities and made him a cyborg was directly tied to the weapon that the bad guy was trying to use. And and then you saw the scene in the Snyder cut where he has to watch his father sacrifice himself. I mean, that's huge towards his development. And come on, that's ridiculous to cut all that out. That is so stupid. How are you gonna that makes your villain weak, and it makes your Justice League characters even weaker because you're not giving them any development. I can see why the actor would be pissed off, because Snyder's vision had all of this development in mind and a cohesive story. And then Whedon comes in and says, snip, 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 bye, and throws it all away and puts his Marvel stamp on it. Not that Marvel's bad, but it just.
Well, listen, he did one good Marvel movie, and then he did Avengers 2. That was freaking awful.
Yeah.
That was like one of the worst Marvel.
That was bad.
Yeah.
And I think that was the last thing he did, wasn't it? That he
No,
did this.
Joss Whedon has lost his shine. He had his good period during the 90s.
Right, exactly.
He had Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
Serenity was awesome. Firefly was freaking awesome.
Firefly, yeah.
He had his time.
Actually, no, didn't he?
Go ahead, Charlotte.
I was going to say, didn't Joss Whedon write the actually good horror movie, The Cabin in the Woods? Was that not him? Am I wrong with that?
I think so. I think he might have done that. But that was before. That was before. That was like in the middle. That was right after Justice League, I think.
Was it?
If he just done what they
that was kind of a good movie.
But if he had just done what they had originally asked.
Right, one at a time, folks. One at a time. Go ahead.
If he just done what they originally asked and not cut it up and take over the whole project, it probably would have turned out the way that Snyder wanted it to. But, Joss doesn't do anything in the halves, It's all or nothing.
Right, and the always generally not very good.
They're awful movies, but Batman versus Superman, I think, is worse.
See, again,
I would agree.
Okay.
I'll tell you why, though. I'll tell you why. It's because the assassination of Superman's character. It's called Batman versus Superman, but yes, Superman was a subplot in a movie that he was supposed to be one of the main characters in. And they made him a godlike figure and stuff. He had that whole religious tone going through it and all this. It was, man, I detest that movie. The only scenes that I like are the scenes with Batman and Superman. But even at that, I was kind of disappointed. I was expecting a bit more of a better fight. I was really disappointed with that movie. Just as forgive for bad CGI, bad character development, but a character assassination of Superman, no. Because it nearly killed Superman. Man of Steel 2 then was shelved and everything it was. So, I mean, look, I was rightly pissed because I think that was the reason why we haven't gotten a second Superman movie. Because I'm being honest with you, he's Superman.
Yeah, you're right.
He's Superman now. He deserves the second movie. He's fucking earned it. And I want to see Man of Steel 2. I want my second Superman movie. I want it, and I want it now.
You know what? You know what the problem was with Batman versus Superman? It was the fact that I don't know if another director or writer came in to do something with it, but it felt like it was two movies smushed together. It felt like they were taking Batman, Superman from the meetup from the comics and smushing it with Doomsday all in one. That, the miscasting of the actor they got to play Lex, which is just freaking ridiculous. That is not Lex. It is more like the Joker on steroids.
Honestly, I'm not like a massive like Superman like maven. So I'm like kind of a normie when it comes to it. To me, it'll seem like just a fun new take on it. You know, I kind of like, especially at the end when you got a hint of what they were going to be in Justice League, right? I'm sure that was a Zack Snyder bit, and I liked him at the end of Batman versus Superman because he was just bonkers in the and that. I do like I like that crazy hyper intelligent Lex.
But then again, this is coming from someone
I think that was the problem, though.
Whose favorite Superman is Christopher Reeve, and I'm probably the only one in this panel that will actually say this and mean it. But I actually thought Superman Returns was a good movie, and I like Brandon Routh.
You know what? Yeah, I don't mind. I didn't mind it at all. It was I actually preferred the longer cut of it, but it just wasn't. It wasn't good. But I knew I liked Kevin Spacey's Lex Luthor. He's kind of my favorite Lex Luthor.
No,
if they had not cut out all the stuff that they cut out from it. If you ever read the audio adaptation of Superman Returns that has all that extra stuff in it that was left on the cutting room floor, it is a by far better movie.
It was.
They just gone with the original idea that they wanted and not cut out so much. They would have explained all the stuff that was going on. Because in that movie, they cut out the entire fact that Lex was the one that was responsible from prison for having the article published, which gave him Clark the idea to go searching for Krypton in the first place.
Oh, really?
Because he wanted him gone. He wanted him gone.
Clever. Wow. Okay. I wish they put that in.
But they snip that out of the final film.
Yeah, they always do that. I mean, look, me personally, I think Superman Returns is an abomination. It is. I like. Look, I agree with you. Brandon Routh as Superman got screwed over, and I think his Superman was great, but the movie itself is a pile of crap. Lex Kevin Spacey, I mean, look, years later he ends up getting accused of stuff, but if you actually go back now and watch that Lex Luthor scene where he's talking to his lover, who happens to be a 90-odd-year-old lady or whatever it is, it's actually creepy. It's sickening, actually. The movie, no, I don't even count that. And listen, we have the Quest for Peace, Superman 4, and I thought they couldn't sink any lower.
That's an abomination as well.
Yeah, Milton Keynes is Metropolis.
That's on Canon Films. That's on Canon Films, and they're bullshit.
Yeah, but being honest with you, if you were to ask me which of the two bad Superman movies would I choose to watch over and over again, it'd be Superman: A Quest for Peace. It's at least like that, and it has Christopher Reeves in it. So, I personally think it's a Superman Returns is an abomination. Listen, if you like it, that's great, but I mean, it's not Superman. I'm sorry, I don't even count it. I don't even acknowledge its existence. Really, this is the first time I have in a while. I don't even acknowledge its existence. It's a horror.
No, we're having people in the chat saying let's get back to Doctor Who, which I kind of hear. I don't disagree with them at all.
Right, let's do it then. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, but it's over monsters.
Right.
Oh, by the way, I'll do the price royalties. If you're somebody I owe a price to, which there are a lot of you, this is the week. I have all the packing envelopes there done. I got to get packing material to mail it out, but I think this is a week that hopefully everything, including tonight's winner, everything will be mailed out. So I feel really bad for one guy who's been waiting for something for like 3 months, but the guy's winning tonight is going to do well. It's going to get it quick.
Right. So Rabbi will sort that out, and we'll have it's Sunday, so yeah, we have a competition winner. Oh no, you're letting that competition run again for a few. Oh no, you're announcing it tonight.
I was going to do it tonight.
Right, so we'll do it after the watch along when everybody gives their rating and their feedback on this. Right, Rabbi, you can get the countdown ready.
Okay,
Everybody in the chat ready, let me know. We're going to start now. I know some of you listen, on a Sunday, yes, we do watch-alongs, but we also do talk other topics as well. It'd be dull if we just did the watch-along. We're going to talk about whatever has happened. I know some of you just come here for the watch-along, but we talk for about an hour before we do the watch-along, just to let you people know. So we do be about 40 minutes, an hour into the stream when we do actually start the watch-along. So if you don't want to be here for the rest of it and you just want to be here for the watch-along, that's when. It's normally come in about 40 minutes after the stream has started and we will start the watch-along. Okay, right, Rabbi, you can get the countdown ready.
Okay, everybody get your fingers on your play
Yeah.
buttons.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready
Fine.
to go.
Well, what? Are you ready there, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play now. And we have feet running.
Straight into the action.
Straight into the action.
Yeah, I love the way it goes straight into the
Yeah,
action.
this isn't a terrible cold open.
Right. This was actually a something Rusty Davis wanted to do as a comic strip in Doctor Who Monthly.
Yeah, they've been so much better as a comic strip, I think.
I like this one.
And of course,
I just want to make sure that everybody
you've got
keeps in mind
you've
the
got
fact.
little-
Just keep in mind the fact when people watch this that the bad guy, the villain, was based off of a children's contest drawing.
Yeah, and
okay?
I love that too.
So give it a break.
I think
the
it's
story
fine.
is still terrible, love. The story is still
Yes.
terrible.
Yeah, it's still an abomination.
No, but I love that they did that competition. I love that Rusty Davis brings kids into Doctor Who and makes it fun. And again, I don't mind the Zubeloff at all. I think he's a kind of.
I heard some of you say that this is an abomination. I disagree. So you're telling me that this is worse than Orphan 55? You're telling me this is worse than... No way. Listen, this is what it... Look, listen, as everybody has rightly pointed out, this was a kids' competition, so he gave the opportunity for the kids to create their own villain, right? This is why Russell did it. Rabbi is spot on. It's great the way he used to get the younger fans involved. That's why I take it as it is. This was basically Russell sending love to the fans and him basically acknowledging the fans and telling the fans that they actually meant something to him. So that's why I love this. And who doesn't like the music? Come on.
Honestly, I can't imagine not liking
I'm
the script.
sorry, the plot's still a confused mess.
Yeah.
The plot's still a confused mess. I'm sorry.
God, I missed this opening. Oh my God.
This is a lot of fun.
Seriously, this is so much fun. Wrong bucket and all.
Yeah.
Wrong bucket. See, it's so, come on. I guarantee you 1 or 2 years will change his mind after he's watching.
Listen, I like the heart of it. See, I even like this scene. The Benny Hill scene. It's fun.
This is great.
Remember, it's supposed to be for the kids. It's supposed to be like Scooby-Doo and stuff. That's the whole point.
Just be having fun with it.
And remember, this is the fun episode.
Sorry, I'm going to be quite negative tonight, lad.
No, you're good. You're good. You can listen. I know loads of people hate this. I'm just going to defend this episode really strongly tonight.
And also, you got to remember all the silly stuff. It's all being with this guy's narration. He's an unreliable narrator.
Did you give you that by years unreliable?
I just hope that they don't give the actor who plays Elton Pope here short shrift just for this, because I remember watching him in a BBC show called Hustle, which was awesome, and he
he's
was
a great
great.
actor.
He was
He's a
very
great
good in
actor.
Hustle. He was very
Oh.
good in
Yeah, well,
Hustle.
As was Adrian Lester.
See, you know what I like
Oh, now
about
we have
this?
Moaning Myrtle.
What? Moaning Myrtle.
Now
You're
we
right.
have Moaning Myrtle.
You see,
Oh,
no, what I
God.
like about this is these are like a bunch of really average, normal people that you know in London. Like these are like your average, and I love the way they just kind of find each other, which is what happens, right? It's just like a nice group of people.
He was there 'cause his mother died. She got stabbed in the eye by an alien.
Captain
I
Eye.
love him. He's a great actor. I love him. And the girl behind the camera is Irish, by the way.
Is she? I didn't know that.
Actually, she was in
Is
that
she
movie,
actor?
Intermission. Is it Intermission, the Irish movie? She actually gets shot on.
No, I like
Is
her a
she
lot. I think I've seen her in a lot of stuff.
Not Train Spotting. Yeah, no, Intermission. Yeah, it's the Irish one. Yeah, she gets
Is she
shot on.
I
Yeah, this
thought
is
she
great.
did.
I mean, listen, this is just fun. Look, the Altons.
The other
That's
thing
when
that people
Clive died. Remember, that's when Clive died.
Right.
Yeah.
the other thing that people got to remember about this and fear her is that the reason why these two particular episodes were low key and not too much with the special effects and things is because they were trying, I'm fairly certain, trying to save their money for the finale, and
Right.
also they didn't want to overshadow
Oh yeah, they
The-
definitely were.
Army of Ghosts and Doomsday because it was so big, so they were trying to like keep it low key for these last two episodes.
I do like how they're getting to reuse all these expensive effect shots as well. To fill up screen time.
Aliens in London, World War III. I love that. That two-parter was great.
Rewatching that one, I do like that a lot more nowadays. I used to be quite
That's
on those two, but rewatching it.
Christmas Invasion, when he looked out the window there, that was the Sycorax ship. That was Christmas
Right.
Invasion.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Rose and the doctor, the new doctor, Tennant's doctor, was fighting the Sycorax. Yeah, with the blood technology. What was it? What was it?
Blood magic.
Yeah,
Blood control.
Blood control. That's the one. Yeah, I love that whole scene actually.
Look, Russell was predicting Zoom before it happened.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I was going to say if this was done now, it'd be a YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
YouTube and Zoom,
probably.
isn't it? Sort of early on.
Right.
She never gets enough credit, but Camille was great in this
Well, I
episode.
keep
She actually was
watching it,
fantastic.
What's not to like? It's just joyous.
So I will say the Jackie stuff is the one thing I do actually really like in this episode. I do think Jackie.
Yeah.
I've always said with every Russell episode, even if it's bad, there's a redeeming character moment, and for me, it's Jackie in this episode.
Then the Jackie stuff is the best part of it,
Right? Yeah. Listen, without Jackie, this episode falls apart.
And that's one thing I could really say about Russell's era as a difference from classic is that he really explored from the heart what it was like for those that were left when the companions left. Because in the classic Who, there was no like family that they got left. No one had to worry about them. It was just them. But here,
Yeah,
each of them
it was
has-
consequent, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, in this, you see the consequences of what it's like for family members when the doctor takes a companion away traveling with him. I mean, Jackie,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, the scenes with Jackie, like, I mean, they're the most heartbreaking because, you know, she even says it as part of her speech, didn't I? You know, they're off doing their thing, but she's left here on her own, you know, and it does get lonely. And, you know, you could say, you really feel sorry. But I do agree with you, Wolfenstein. The one thing that Russell T was very good at was the whole family dynamic. You know, you had
Yeah,
Mickey,
he's excellent at that.
you had, you know, as you said, Jackie, you had Rose, and then there was other characters introduced then later on. You know, it became a bit of family unit, and that's how you do it. But you felt for every single one of them because, you know, Russell has this, and his writing team had this ability to understand the characters that we write. Unfortunately, as you mentioned, we don't get that with the current era. And it's so sad because they call themselves the fam, but they're far, without criticizing them personally as actresses or actors, you just don't buy it
Yeah,
because there's
you're so
no
right.
dynamic there. There's no character development, so you don't believe it.
Right,
Go on.
right. Like I'm watching
It's because
this
there's
thing
no
now,
link.
this is a real family.
And it's not just the consequences for Jackie. In this one, I mean, the one chance meeting that Elton had with him when he was a child has ruled his entire life. Like it's become an obsession, trying to get answers as to why his mother died. That's like, you know, that's some really insightful stuff. And I don't think that the episode gets enough credit. You know, they always look at the hokey stuff like this part, you know, or the Linda thing is so hokey and cheesy, but they're not really looking at the really important parts.
I just think it could have been brought out more. That would be my response to that. Because I remember
Yeah,
I watched this previously in the day, so I'm watching it again without volume, and I just found whole bits of the episode I was zoning out, and I
yeah.
was just like, my mind would just wander a bit.
Oh yeah, I thought I got stuck in the episode. Dude, I really like the Linda bit as well. I'm just like enjoying this. London Investigation, what was it? London Investigation and Detective Agency.
You know, I think if they just threw the Absorbaloff and the Linda thing out and just made it with Elton and his girlfriend trying to track the doctor down, I think that would have been better.
I love all this. Again, it's just again. I mean, like I lived in London for like a good 20 years. My first 20. This is how people clump together, and it really is. It's very honest. You know, I get what Russell T Davies is so good at doing is drawing families, like realistic families that love each other. Yeah, and normally they're like biological families, but this is again, you know, Noel really hit the nail on the head. Like they keep saying fam. This is a real family. And these are people that you care about, right? Right now, what's name's crying, and they like care about each other. On today's Doctor, they just tell each other that they care about each other.
I mean, even Moffat kind of struggled with this whole development thing because the only connection that Amy had was Rory. The only connection Rory had was his dad. And Clara didn't have anybody. They only gave her Danny just to keep her away from the doctor, basically.
And she got him killed.
I do like it. They're doing a song together. I get everything people hate about this thing. I just like it. And I like how they cast kind of like dweeby people mainly.
It's not really about the doctor for them. It's just them having fun and chilling out and doing stuff together. And you guys know who the actor is that plays the bad guy?
Oh, Peter Kay.
Peter Kay.
Yeah, Peter Kay.
He's famous in England.
God help. God. Oh, you feel sorry for him. You really feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
What else has he been in?
Yeah, I think he's having a great time.
Cassia, Wolf in the Stormy Within, a comedy show, Cassia.
But he's more famous, Wolf, for being a stand-up in the UK. He's a stand-up comedian by trade.
Yeah.
Is he really that big, or is it just part of costume?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
This
Yeah,
to me
he's-
seems like Russell T
Okay,
Davies doing a John Nathan Turner script.
yeah, I can kind of see the parallel.
I think my thing is, though, it's like the more he acts like this camp and over the top, my head is just like, why is nobody like saying anything? But and then it gets to a
Yeah.
stage for me, it's like literally nobody's saying anything about this weird fat guy who's just appeared and is ordering you about.
Well, I think he had some kind of like psychic control or something over them, didn't he? That was part of the thing.
Ah, well, that would make sense, but I always thought it was a bit odd how they were so quick to be little soldiers, basically.
I think that's part of his like powers. Was I should.
There was
No,
something in that cane, I think. The
some
cane that he has, it's got something in it.
Oh, but isn't that
Right,
to do with?
yeah, right.
No, it's
I think
no, isn't that to do with an absorption field or something? Because that's why
I guess we'll find
he
out
dies at the end.
20 minutes. Well, I think we'll know. The next half an hour, we'll know. I think wasn't the cane the thing that stops him like dissolving?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
always thought.
Yeah.
I'd say I think I prefer this to the season finale, which I know is. I just find this more fun.
Oh, Rabbi, you're going to get some heat for saying that.
Listen, look, you know, we have to have, I'm a big believer in having your opinion and having your opinion. That's why I don't understand the J-bots when they say we get mad because they like Doctor Who. They're like, no, nobody's mad at you about it.
I need to ask you, which season finale are you talking about? This season finale?
Yeah, this
or
is finale. When they write out Rose.
Yeah, I agree with you, 100%. I don't like the season finale, never have.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not like I think the season one was better.
But I mean,
Yeah.
in season 2, you get the Daleks and the Cybermen, and
Yeah, but
and there's just one scene between them, basically, and it's a piss take scene. No, I never liked it.
and you kind of feel a bit sort of you teach though because the Cybermen and the Cybermen were as much this is a chocolate teapot in that whole story because they never even killed any of the Daleks. They were made to with absolutely crap.
That's a
Ooh,
typical
angry
Irish
child.
one. You don't realise how great Peter Kay is.
Yeah,
And
I think I like
me that he wasn't utilised properly. That is one thing I will say about this episode. He wasn't utilised properly because if you haven't seen Phoenix Nights, check it out. Peter Kay is a legend.
Did she do this movie before or after she was Myrtle and Potter? I think it was after, right?
this is all.
This is after. But
Because
she's
in
literally not
Harry
aged in the face.
But in Harry Potter, she looks so young. So young. I thought they had gotten like a girl to do the role. I didn't realize it was a
Yeah,
woman.
no, she's very young looking. So Steve now, like she's about 50 when she did this, I think.
You're not serious.
Yeah, I am serious. She's very young looking.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll look her up right now. Let's look on IMDb.
Yeah, Rabbi, I think you're right, to be honest.
Yeah, I think she's older than she looks. I'm going to.
Yeah.
And he just happens to run into the one woman who can tell him
I
where
love
Jackie is.
Yeah,
well, that's
kinda.
London for you. But I like they cast what's the name from the Russ Abbott show.
Hey, oh. Love it. Come on. Everybody dance. Oh, there she is. She's going to flash our knickers now.
I think the thing is with Jackie, like, whenever you watch her, she just reminds you of your own mum with little things she does. So that's why I always love Jackie.
Yeah. Now, see, again, though, Charlotte, that's Russell T understanding how to build characters and develop characters that relate to the everyday person.
Oh yeah, like with Jackie, because I know with my mum, she's a worrier. She always thinks of everything that could go wrong, and she's like the first person to say, "Oh, I'll give you a cup of tea, or I'll give you something to eat."
Exactly.
So I see a lot of Jackie. That's why I've got a soft spot for her.
Everybody knows a Mickey. Everybody knows a Jackie. You know, even everybody knows a Captain Jack. You know, everybody. You know, this is why it's so great, Russell T. I love. You know what?
Yeah, exactly. I love all these characters.
This is it.
Tell you, this is exactly like my youngest daughter.
What, flirty like that?
Flirty to get stuff, yeah.
Wow.
It's so like her. Like she's in the army and she basically tells them what to do.
You know what they say? You gotta flaunt it.
She doesn't, but she forced it anyway.
And you know, with the reason why I love Jackie so much, it's that flirtiness and that cheekiness, the loudness, but all of that is kind of like
it's a front
wall. It's the wall that she puts up to keep people out and to keep herself strong, because she's had to rely on herself since Pete died, and she's had to be strong for Rose to take care of her by herself. And now, you know, now she kind of uses that as a barrier to hide her pain because Rose is gone. And remember, this takes place after Mickey went to the parallel Earth, so she doesn't have Mickey either. She's all alone, and I think she's in a lot of pain, and that's why it was so easy for Elton to take advantage of that.
I don't think he's really means to take advantage of her.
Yeah, but you know, for someone
I think
like
he just sort of happens, like it just sort of falls into place for, I would say, more than taking advantage. I agree.
She's 54 right now. That means she was like, what, was it 15 years ago?
Yeah.
About. And I know people would say, by looking at that scene, why would she be flirting with him? He's so young. He looks like he's Rose's age. No. I know for a fact, because I looked it up when I used to watch Hustle, that this guy who plays Alan Pope is older than he looks.
Oh, and also Jackie will flirt with somebody younger.
Yeah.
Jackie is a bit shameless.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons we love Jackie.
When I watched Hustle and I looked him up, I swear to God, I thought he was in his late 20s. This dude was in his middle 40s. I couldn't believe it. He looked so young.
But this is cute. This is cute.
I know. I think it's so sweet. It's a group of friends getting together. I just love it.
That's what I mean.
Here's my question, though.
Go on.
Do the scream, is that something we hear, or does it actually come out the building? Because that always used to make me go, have you guys not just literally heard somebody scream?
Yeah.
I think it's just kind of expression. I don't think they could have heard it.
I was like that. I was like, hopefully you guys didn't hear that, because it's a bit weird if you just carry on walking like la-di-da-di-da.
Oh, she's got El Divo on. Elton, run. That's
Yeah,
it,
okay.
baby.
I'll just say
Oh
this.
my God, seriously, Jackie. Seriously.
Rabbi be like, hang on for a minute, I'll ring a taxi.
No, I'll be like, okay, I guess I'm staying here.
No, I would be like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm having a good night tonight, let's say.
You know, the reason why I love Jackie so much is because I understand her. I can see that when she goes after these men, it's not her being cheap. She's looking for something in them that she can't find because
Right.
what she wants, she can never get back.
She just
Well,
wants
at least until she meets the other people.
She just wants a companionship.
But she looks for Pete in all of them, and she can't find him because
That's why
they'll
the
never be
scene
Pete.
with Pete and her in the corridor in that two part there is the only scene that I love. Is
Oh,
because
I was so teary, and I was like, oh.
she finally gets her man back, and they finally find each other again, and I think that's beautiful.
Funny too. She's like, he says to her that he's rich, and she's like, oh, I don't care how rich, how rich,
No, very, how very,
how very.
oh, no.
The saddest part though is when she first sees him and she thinks that he's not real, that he's just a ghost, and she's like, no, that's not fair. Why him? Why him? Because, you know, it's just so sad.
I love this scene. She's a
Yeah.
great actress, Camille. She really is.
Yeah, another great scene when he comes back with the pizza as well, which is amazing.
Thing is, what I don't understand is how Jackie doesn't know that, like, why he's always asking about Rose.
Because she's too
I just think she
caught
thinks
up in her
no.
own self-pity, the fact that she's being left behind, and see, because he makes up for it here. Watch.
Yeah, it's like,
She's so desperate for the companionship that she doesn't see it at first.
Right.
yeah, I would say he's not a bad bloke. Like I said, he just this sort of fell
Yeah,
into
like,
just meet,
like,
you know, at the right
thinking about
time,
this.
having the questions
He
and
knows
right.
what happened to his man, but he soon realizes that he has gone too far. This is why he's changed his whole
Right,
attitude.
right, and he regrets it, and he tries to make up.
Here we go. Everybody dance.
Yeah, no, I love a bit of ELO.
It makes you happy.
It does, doesn't it?
It does. Ah,
I
awesome.
miss Jax.
I just like, okay, I'm in a good mood.
That's what it's all about. Ah, this is it.
This just proves that even the weakest.
And I do quite like
Russell-
that as well. I was
Charlotte.
going to say, I like as well that it's not Rose she's protective of. She's also. Oh, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
This is brilliant.
Can
This
you
speech.
hear me, guys? I was saying I like that it's not just Rose she's protective of. She also says, "I'll protect both of them." So it's like she's fully
Right,
adopted
right.
the Doctor now as like a in-law, considering how much she was against the Doctor with Chris's version. It's a nice full circle. I think you could
That scene
argue.
is absolutely brilliant.
She knows how much Rose loves him, how much he loves her. So in her mind, that makes him family.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. She basically said, "I'll defend it too." Yeah, there. Look, now she knows. See,
Yeah,
this
it's
is
like
what Rose
she's
doesn't
fully
see,
on board now with the Doctor.
and this is what we don't see normally when we watch Doctor Who. So I'm glad Russell kind of addressed this because he's right. Look, yeah.
No, this is just shows even the weakest Russell T. Davies episode is better than anything they put out in the last 2 or 3 years.
Look how engaging this is.
Well, everybody seems to be watching
Have
it
you
and
ever been
enjoying
this
it.
interested during a Jodie episode? I fall asleep during most Jodie episodes.
I mean, I know that the villain is weak. There's no doubt about that. But I don't even care about that.
No, because the characters are
I
engaging.
care about the character. I don't care about the villain.
Well done, Russell. Yeah.
I just like the goofy way they try and be tough and stuff. It's what people do.
Exactly. I loved it. This is the most human episode that we get.
Yeah.
Does it? I would have fucking ran, mate. I have to say, there was a bunch of friends who really were a bunch of ticks.
Yeah,
That's what I think. He has some psychic control over them or something.
That's my issue. It's like you've not clicked that everybody disappearing. You've not clicked that he's this overbearing. He's this controlling. You've not. Yeah, that's my thing.
Even Moffat's stuff doesn't have this kind of development.
No.
Sad.
It's actually true. Actually, you're right. And I like that stuff. You know. Yeah, no, these characters are just so three-dimensional.
Oh, here we go. What?
I swear as well, they told him, "Can you sound even more northern, please?"
Yeah.
Like,
I
even
bet
for
they
me,
did.
I'm like,
I'm
"Oh,
sure
that's." I
And
know
I'm sorry, I
Bolton
think
anyway.
this is a good monster. I think this is a fun, scary monster. I like it.
No, mate, it cannot be scary when he sounds like he's from Bolton and he's from Clon.
Well, yeah, a fun monster, but it's kind of gross. I do like the old thing.
Well, the Doctor had a northern accent. And a
Right,
Scottish.
a lot of planets have an all.
Yeah, but it's very strong, and this is coming from me.
This monster is ridiculous. So I agree. As Mr. Skin, as Mr. Whatever his face is, I forget his name already now.
Peter Kay.
He's better, but as he absorbs off his crap, yeah, I don't like that.
I gotta wonder, the kid that won the contest, what did he think of this?
Well,
Didn't they give him like a walk-on role or something?
What?
I think not only did they use the villain that he drew, but they also gave him like a short walk-on role. I think.
What?
The kid, really?
I think. I don't remember. It's been a while.
And also, why does he have his tongue out so much? That I just noticed that first time, and watching it again, I'm like, that's a bit creepy.
Yeah.
Character flaw.
Yeah, maybe Peter was just like, I'll do this and see what happens.
Gotta give him props though. How many hours do you think it took for him to set real makeup for that?
I think this is an episode you need to be English to really like. Because it's just like, I know, amiably fun.
Oh, in the chat, someone said the kid that created Zorbaloff has his own YouTube channel now.
Oh, really? Very nice.
I laugh. It was someone we know.
One of you is a J-bot.
Oh, tell you.
Oh, I know. I'll tell you in the private chat if you want.
Yeah, I can tell you.
On the private chat one. No, it's not him.
What?
Yes, it is.
Feck off.
All right, so which one is his real voice? The voice he uses is the human version, or the northern voice as the Zorbaloff?
I think it's closer.
Oh my god, I can't believe who's. Oh,
What's going on? You can't believe what?
It's everybody's favorite pal. Look, just read the chat. It's in the chat. His name's on the chat.
Hang on a second. Oh, it's
Yeah, of course. It would have to be him, wouldn't it?
no.
What
It
is
is.
that message?
I Sam because
Really? Is he like a major?
Yeah, my TikTok.
How the hell did he get? Oh, get away. Well, your monster is shy. Victor Kennedy is much better.
Well, listen, I don't know that. How do we know that's the case?
He did a video basically saying,
Yeah,
it was
did
me.
a video.
Well, I guess that's the case then.
Sitting almost nearly every goddamn video with some sort of an achievement.
Is this guy
Yeah,
known
I
to
like
be like really rude or something?
Yeah, he's an asshole.
The doctor.
Club. Yeah. Again, see how quiet we are? How bad can this be?
Yeah, because David Tennant and Billy Piper are here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we're generally entertained and absorbed, like much of them.
But, now that I've had the great pleasure of getting into the classic Who, and I'm on the Tom.
Linda, you're right. Linda,
I can see now how much David Tennant just channels Tom Baker. It's incredible. Like they are so much alike.
It looked like one of those bad shits that you'd have after a night out drinking.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Well, at least that wasn't a tortoise there, Rabbi.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, hates the tortoises when there are bites about.
This is how good Russell is, that you can have an episode that's Dr. Light, and he's done it multiple times with Turn Left, Blink, where it's Dr. Light, but it doesn't matter. It's still good, and you still
Right.
want to watch.
Exactly. Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
Poor Left is the best story out of them all, to be honest.
Turn
with
Left
you.
was awesome.
And
I'm
Catherine,
very glad.
Catherine Tate
That
was
was
brilliant in
very
that
fun.
episode.
Having sex amazing.
Here's the creepy part.
See, I don't think it's that creepy.
No. Oh no! Oh no! But what
Because
the
you're pervy anyway, so you know.
Well,
like,
exactly. But listen, it seems to be a
we
good
forgive you
solution.
for that. We forgive you for that, but it is weird.
Listen,
Yeah,
look, they
it's
have
real.
companionship, they have a relationship, a physical relationship, admittedly, but
But it also showed you the strength of Rose's character, that she can go from blasting his ass for being mean to her mom to still being able to show him compassion, you know,
what did his mother die from?
an
Some
alien.
shadow creature. I can't remember.
Some
They
shadow
don't
creature.
really explain it. Just say a
Right.
shadow
Narada.
being the body. Is it the master?
Yeah.
It's the Narada.
See, I
know,
think
I've
the
always
episode
thought of
would,
it like that.
honestly, I think the episode would have done better if instead of the Absorbaloff, it was the shadow creature that they were trying to find, so that
Yeah,
Elton could
before-
finally have some
Yeah.
closure.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Definitely.
But look at this; it's just beautiful with him and his mother. I mean, like, I can't. This is just good television. I'm sorry. I think it's
Hold on,
it
maybe
might not
that
be
little
good
kid,
too,
hold on,
but
maybe that little kid was playing our channel pup. Maybe that was the
Yeah.
little kid. Maybe that was his walk-in part. We got to see the back of his head.
oh, maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, your alien is still shit. Like, you know. So, like, yeah. But that's what you do when you let planks win a competition, you know? Like,
Yeah,
when you,
he's a polite.
I like the old 2005 computer.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
I had one.
I do like his landing lines here. I do. The whole you touch the doctor for a minute or you touch him
Yeah.
for so long and you there's always damage. I do like that bit.
Is I got there's a bit of foreboding going on here.
Well, it sets it up exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think the whole second season was kind of setting up the idea that, you know, you get too close to him, you get burned.
Yeah, there's certainly a thing they developed.
Yeah.
But he's worth the monster. The heartache.
Oh, here comes the creepy bit.
Yeah.
I like this.
So here comes Rabbi's fantasy.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
This is kind of heavy. I'm much happier being married to like a living human being, but this isn't so bad. Somebody
He
can
has
grow
sex
old
with the
with.
slab man.
That's a swab, mate. Come on.
Here's my question. No, but here's my question. How would that be peaceful? How would that existence be peaceful?
Well, I think that she just as it
Because
is.
like, wouldn't you be bored to death? Because you're just a head in a flat. So
I
like,
think
Yeah.
a paving stone is kind of a peaceful existence.
okay, how?
No, he's saying he's not going to do that.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I got so much better.
Yeah,
There you go.
message. It's just so pot.
Yeah.
Look, I think it's
Oh,
heartwarming.
no,
Now,
no,
this is a bit ropey.
no.
This one's the ropey one.
Oh,
I hate
Jesus.
Peter
See,
as
I
well.
like that one.
You do?
Oh, man, I need a head
Yes,
transplant.
it's too bad. It's good though.
Yeah, Charlotte enjoyed this one.
Yeah, listen, I'll give it another go. You never know. You might be better this
Well,
time
we
around.
all have our flaws, don't we? I mean, I love monsters, so there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I quite like the Squiggle Monster. Remember
Oh,
that?
Yeah, it was a good concept.
No,
it was
it's,
just
it's,
poorly
it's
executed.
absolutely terrible.
It's terrible.
It's terrible, guys, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's terrible. I just don't like the singing in it.
I laughed so much.
I'm just going to sound bad, but when I was growing up watching that, I just wanted Chloe Webber's ma to put a pillow over her head.
yeah.
You gotta
Yeah,
think.
Yeah,
At least, you gotta think. At least according to Russell, I think in the writer's tale, he said that that Fear Her wasn't originally the episode that they had intended to air. They had something else in mind that they wanted to do, but I don't think they were able to get the money to do it because I guess it was going to require a lot of special effects. So they went into their filing cabinet of backup episodes and just kind of picked one and said, okay, we'll do this. Because they have like a file of just, random backups that they write in case filming dates fall through or they can't get a certain actor to come on or they don't have the money to do something. And this is one of those cases. But remember, if you look at it the right way, where you're just focusing on Chloe's story and not the stupid squiggle monster, then, it's actually not that bad.
Oh,
Just don't take it seriously for 1 minute and you'll find an absolute hilarious time.
And it's a great showing of Rose's detective skills and how she's able to figure out the mystery on her own because the doctor, like the 5-year-old that he is, gets swept up in other things. The bright shiny, ooh, look, bright shiny, and doesn't see what's going on around him. So she's the one that's got to solve the whole thing. It's a bit of, I guess it's a bit of levity before the big ending.
Rabbi, check your messenger.
Oh, 1 second.
Yeah, it's something you definitely have to look at.
Okay, well, fine. Okay, with the press the wrong button. I'm boomering it everywhere. Here we go. What?
Oh,
Yeah.
who's been reported to the council adventuring nerd?
Yep.
You get
About
him
what?
and
No,
you get
that's the man in the scene where he says to Rose, "I'm reporting you to the council. You're now using the council stuff."
Oh,
to
yeah.
that's what he meant. Yeah.
him and
Okay.
how many
Have
and
you
how
seen
many,
what do you reckon? Do you reckon everybody?
yeah,
what?
and how,
I'll just show them the photo. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I what, you want to put it up? Because
I'm gonna pull it up, but I'm gonna hide the name. Hold on, I'm gonna edit it now. I'm gonna pull it up and show you guys this. So this is what has been put up on Twitter just a while ago. It's obviously to try get a reaction out of our side of the fandom. It's the only reason why they do stuff like this. But I just got to show you because it's very interesting with all the stuff surrounding Cuties and then the IP, the file, short film, and the other stuff that they're doing. That these fans know they're all dirty clothes. Put them in. Yeah, good. I'll put the washing machine on now in a minute. Sorry, guys. Just Cheryl's putting something in the washing machine or checking to see if the washing was done. It's not done. Yeah. See, I do it. See, I'm the woman in this house.
oh,
Yeah.
I just ordered him in my house as well.
Good man. Yeah, because that's the way I was brought up to do me fair share. You know,
Yeah,
yeah,
really.
it's not a woman's job. It's like everybody, if you make a mess, you clean it. Except I make a lot of mess and I take a few days to clean it. So yeah, Cheryl kind of gives out to me about that. But yeah, this no, I didn't say you do. So see, Cheryl always takes offense when I say that. She thinks that people are thinking, oh, she doesn't do anything in the house. We know you do stuff in the house, woman. See that?
Don't make such a big deal of it.
Oh, don't make such a big
Shh, I'm watching True Blood.
Yeah, watch our True Blood. Yeah, leave me alone. Right.
Wait, what season are you on? What season is she
What
on?
season are you on? Do you want to know?
What?
What season are you on? Rabbi
I'm
wants
watching it. I'm on season 2.
She's on season 2, Rabbi. I just
Okay,
seen
after
an
the end of that,
episode. I
we
just
jumped
seen an
out.
episode where they were all boobies and titties out.
You found out why I like the show.
Yeah, that's why.
Yep, that's right, Rabbi.
Rabbi, just don't change, like, you know. Like,
I don't think we're in any danger of that happening.
right.
Well, let's not forget. Let's not forget. You did do a review this morning for that Sixth Doctor and Perry audio, so I can understand why you'd be a little bit distracted. You know.
Well, we're gonna say, well, okay.
Yeah.
One of my complaints about that was that she's supposed to be post Yukanos, right? She's supposed to be about 30 at this point, and she looks like she's 19. Now, don't be wrong. I like 19-year-old Perry. That's good. But if you get a publicity stuff from when she was 30.
I worry about you sometimes, Rabbi.
Michael O'Brien, honestly.
Right, here, I'm going to put this on for you. By all means, share your instant reaction when you see this. Me and Rabbi have seen this, so here you go. Enjoy.
Oh, for God's sake!
Oh, I can't see it yet.
For God's sake! Seriously?
So there's a certain Twitter account that I've had a run in with. All of us have, and they've decided to throw this up with a post and say, "Imagine the chaos." Right? This is the only reason why you're putting it up. Now, in fairness, right, you keep saying about our so-called side provoking fans. You know, by putting up a post like this, that someone out there is going to react to this, and then you'll get exactly what you want, right? And then you that person off. This type of stuff doesn't help. But just to address this is never going to happen on Doctor Who.
I hope it does.
It's never going to happen. Because there is, for 2 seasons, there hasn't been enough character development between the 2 characters to even justify this in the first place. If they were to do it and they shoehorn it in like he's done everything else, he's only doing it to tick boxes. So any people out there that are from the LGBTQ plus community think that this, by doing this, that somehow that this is going to be representative of this, you're absolutely wrong. It is. He'll do what he does with everything, right? He brings a gay character onto the screen and kills him off after 20 seconds. Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker do not care about LGBTQ plus rights, because if they did, they would write them, and she would demand that these characters are treated with the respect that they deserve. So if they do this, they're only doing it to check boxes. And Rabbi is kind of right. In some ways, some fans like us would like to see this happen because it will kill the show. And I think at this stage, we'd rather see the death of the show than actually see this rubbish being touted as Doctor Who any further. But there you go. That's the type of image that they put up. They want this to happen. This is why they're doing it. But there is no justification for it because the characters have not been developed enough to actually justify this happening.
Yeah. That's not the reason. I mean, character Yaz was totally undeveloped, and all of a sudden, in one episode, she got bullied when she was at school and suicidal. Yeah. And she was bullied because she was in Yorkshire and she was Muslim. Really? Have you been up north the last 10 years? It's like it's majority Muslim. What are you talking about? Oh God, they live in such.
What's worse is that they're peddling this based off of one line in one episode that was really.
I know, we're in the UK. We know about that line. It's bleeding ridiculous. These people will bleed, put 2 and 2 together and get 25 or something. They're idiots, right? There's no justification. No justification for it whatsoever.
Nope.
It's pandering if they do it, and that's all they'll be doing. But listen, personally speaking, I don't give a shit if there's lesbians on the TARDIS. Bring them on. Bring them on. But the Doctor, and again, on I agree with the Doctor, full stop, getting into a relationship with a companion. Never have and never will. So it doesn't matter whether they're straight, gay, lesbian, boy, whatever. The Doctor should not be in a relationship as far as I'm concerned. So for me, it doesn't work. And this is absolutely, the type of stuff. I've even showed you a video earlier, shipping art. This is the type of art we're seeing a lot of it now coming onto Twitter. That's why I highlighted it in my last video, where I showed you two masters that are no longer with us in sexual positions. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. There's a lot of that art going around.
Oh yeah, that's weird. These people are weird. They're weirdos. Bottom line, they're just weirdos.
Everything is
dealing
driven by
with shit.
sex with them.
Yeah,
And
that's
these are
my
the
point. You were dealing and
Go on, Charlotte.
There's a bit of a delay.
Wolf can attest to this. Wolf can attest to this. You guys are dealing with shippers right now that they don't need any logic. They don't need any evidence. If they want to ship something, they can just make off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to say
it's
no.
shipping. You don't need any reason.
No, these characters must be respected. But here's the thing, right? Okay, Jodie Whittaker's still alive and Manip Gill is still alive. That's fine, fair enough. If you want to ship those characters and don't necessarily agree with it, go ahead, do what you want, right? But shipping dead characters, which I've seen, and by the way, that art that I pull up of the Master kissing the Doctor, that's not the worst of it. We've got Elizabeth Sladen. We've got full. There is, but it's driven. But listen, why is it happening, and why are we seeing a lot more of it leak onto Twitter?
Exactly
because the left. Look at QEs, you see it. This is the left at work. This is what they want. They want to normalize everything, right? They'll virtual signal the hell, and now we're in this position. We've even got people, believe it or not, out there on Twitter land defending the movie Cuties. I don't know how you could defend that. I really don't. The parents themselves should be locked up for child abuse. The directors, the producers, the casting people should be all locked up for child abuse. This is pure and simple exploitation of children, right? They auditioned those parts and they put them into skimpy outfits and made them put themselves into seductive or sexual poses or whatever you want to call it, right? That's what they did, right? So even if this movie is, as some have said, is highlighting the exploitation of kids, well, these are all dumb because that's what the film has done. They've exploited these kids, put them on screen to show us the fact that kids do be exploited. So these are critical. These are showing a movie that has kids in it, or you put them in, so you're already exploiting them, and you're talking about other kids being exploited. And this is the thing that's gone over some people's heads as well, is the fact that the movie is called Cuties, right? The movie is called Cuties, right? Okay, it's translated from French, but that's the English translation. It's Cuties, right? That's even perverted in itself. This is about young girls, and he decided to call the movie Cuties. I would question that director and the people behind that as well, and say, look back at their record and see if they've had any sort of dealings with any kids or anything like that, because it doesn't. I'm telling you now, man. Some people made the point. France has countries like that, France and some of the other countries in Central Europe kind of do push the boat when they release movies about kids, and they always seem to go too far. I remember watching a movie, I don't know if it was from Sweden or from Norway, and it was basically about a bunch of young sisters, and they were having this lesbian affair, but these girls were 12 years of age, right? I knocked the movie out as soon as I didn't know what it was about, because all I just seen was the scene of the two girls talking. And then before, I thought it was just two girls talking. I didn't know what the movie was about. It was in subtitles. I was listening to the two girls talking. I thought, okay, we'll see where this goes. And then next of all, then they start undressing themselves and all this.
Yeah, no. I had a very similar experience. I was watching a movie about two cowboys, like two real manly cowboys, and they're herding cattle, and it's get cold one night, and all of a sudden they start having sex with each other. Like, what the hell? It's called Brokeback
Are you talking
Mountain.
about Brokeback Mountain?
Very strange. I don't understand that at all.
Are you talking about Brokeback Mountain?
Oh, of course I am. Well, there was no segue between them being cowboys to being like humping each other.
Lord.
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
It was like no creep up. There was like no forewarning. They're just like, I'm cold. Okay, yay.
Yeah, it's like, come on. Yeah, I got an idea to keep warm.
Yeah. I'll freeze to death. I'm cool. No. I want to go to bed. Can we do the competition?
Yeah, I'll take this horrible image off the screen.
There you go. I appreciate that.
There we go.
I was going to say, I think you scarred a few people, Noel, by that image.
Well, that's the whole point, because I need you to know what's going on in the fandom. And I need you to know that this type of stuff is starting to creep on YouTube and Twitter now. Whereas before it'd be in these forums and they'd keep it to themselves. But now they seem to be But the only reason why these Jodie Whittaker fans are posting it on Twitter is to get a reaction. So just wanted to show you, because if you do say, don't react. We've already reacted on it here. I've already said if they want to ship the two characters, they can go and do that. But the reason why they're putting it on Twitter and Facebook is because they want a reaction off you guys. And my thing is, don't react to them. Don't give them the satisfaction. Let them do what they want. Whittaker is gone next year anyway. So if Jodie Whittaker and Monique Gill's characters end up scissoring in the TARDIS, trust me, they won't be scissoring for long. They'll be gone. So it's grand. It's grand. Forget, there's nothing to be. But it's funny that it's an account that tried, or basically said that they try make peace, right? And we worked together. But then when I woke up the next morning, they deleted all their tweets. So it's a well-known account that engages in slagging me off and others. So that's the only reason why it was put up. But I will address it because it is something that they're putting up. And I will say this: you've got to remember, the guys that are posting this stuff, you've got to remember that there's actually young children on this platform, 12 years of age, I think you can be, to go on Twitter. So what you're basically doing is you're putting sexual images up, and there's kids on this yoke. So you ought to be ashamed of yourself, to be quite honest with you. Go ahead, Robert.
No. You know what I really think? One of the things that drives these kids' insanity, and I really do think it is insanity. This is the first generation growing up with unlimited free porn available 24/7.
Yeah.
And it's made them all crazy. I mean, it doesn't surprise me it's made them crazy. But like, when you have that gratification with like just available instantly, you're gonna be a bit entitled, which is what these weirdos are like. Okay, competition. Firstly, next week's prize is a Judge Dredd prize. One of my favorite Judge Dredd stories of all time, The Pit. The Pit. This is a story of Judge Dredd when he's sent to one of the underperforming sector houses, and you really get inside. He's like spends like a year there. Oh, what's going on? Okay, people are vanishing. And he spends like a year there. Okay, now it's just me. Fine. Okay, he spends like a year there, and you really get inside the judges' lives. Carlos Aquiza does most of the artwork. It is fantastic. So I'll be talking about more about that on my channel. But it's one of the all-time best Judge Dredd, so it's called The Pit. Fine. So to go over the prizes one more time, we have Absalom Dark, Dalek Killer, beautiful book. Steve Dillon, David Lloyd, Markham Mandragona, another fantastic bloody book. Reprints from '91. We got Polly the Glot, reprints from I don't know. Colin Baker's first two strips, so it introduces Frobisher, the shape-shifting companion alien. We have the 10th Doctor and Martha strips. And finally, on top of it, with the most coveted, we have Vault magazines. And this has been the biggest one. So I have all the names lined up here. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm running my finger up and down the mouse. And that's not me speaking code. I'm running the finger up and down the mouse. And I'm going to stop randomly at a name. And I'm going to open my eyes. And it is Starry-eyed girl. Well done. Starry-eyed girl. Hey, you have won the coveted prize. Congratulations. And then I think what's going to be the hashtag for next week? Hashtag for next week. Next week's competition will be what's the name? I think Judge DeMarco. Probably Judge DeMarco will be the hashtag. Judge DeMarco. Now, if you didn't win and you're disappointed, I am sorry. I have a consolation prize. It is the Imperium. You can get a digital copy of the deluxe edition. It's a hardback. It's a thick spine version of this. You get the full comic strip. Fantastic artwork by a guy called Dominic Racho. It's a little bit dirty in places because I wrote it. It's basically the second Doctor Who, Patrick House's Doctor Who, Emma Peel, a slightly more scantily clad Emma Peel, James Bond, the Black Slab from 2001, and a monkey in a spacesuit working in a super group together. If you want a copy of that and you get the full script, you get all the artists like preliminary drawings and designs. It's really kind of cool. If you would like that, you can get that. If you enter the competition, just get in contact with me and I will send you the digital file. There you go. So is anybody is it just me? I guess it's just on me now. See, I did the competition though, so I could leave. Oh no, we're back.
Right, fantastic. Right, Rabbi, fair play to you. Just plug your channel real quickly and then
by the way, there is a video on my channel that you should check out, the one I posted today. It's
right.
Philip Hinchcliffe talking about the essence of the character of Doctor Who and really explaining why this era of Doctor Who has completely failed. Right? Like, firstly, he only ever refers to the Doctor as a he, and he basically, I don't think he thinks that. By the way, Polyglot stories are in color. Julian S. Very, very nicely colored, by the way. What's I going to say? What was I just talking about?
Philip Hinchcliffe.
Oh, Philip, yeah. So he basically says, the Doctor is essentially like that English gentleman, that roguish English gentleman. It's like there's lots of versions of it in literature, like James Bond. He lists off all these things that they're desperate to gender swap, right? So it's like hearing his analysis on what works in Doctor Who and what doesn't. They should listen to him. It might help us.
They won't. They wouldn't listen to Terrence Dicks either because BBC are a bunch of virtual signaling little assholes and they do whatever they want. It's as simple as that. But I will check out your video. Have you got anything exciting coming up?
What?
Other than that? No. I'll have you on during the week anyway here, as you know. But because I'd say there'll be a few more things happening that we might have to react to. There's always bloody stuff.
There's always stuff going on. Look, one thing you can rely on is that people working in genre and entertainment will do very, very stupid things very, very often.
Yeah. Just briefly, very quickly, the trailers for next week. When will you have them to me?
Hopefully, I hope to try and get them today, but I didn't get a chance. Hopefully
Brilliant.
Tomorrow. I mean, I got the arc is pretty much ready.
Well, if you could do me a favor and get the classic one done first, because I do.
Right.
Post that one first, and then Wednesday. Then, if you can have the other one done by Wednesday,
okay.
You got plenty of time because Fairhore, I don't really care. I hate that episode. Yeah. Imagine everybody thought she was the timeless child. Thanks be to God she wasn't, because she would have bleeding annoyed me. Right, Rabbi.
Fine, I'm going to head off. I'm going to say happy trails to you all. Toodle pip and fairly well. So good evening. I'll see you soon. Have a good
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Right. What we're going to do is I'm going to bring them on one by one. I'm going to get them to give me their rating. Just a brief little few words on the episode, and then to give their shout out on their channel. And then we're going to finish up for the night. So I'm going to start with the first person that I can see on my screen. So I'm going to hand you over to the old Scottish.
Hello, hi, Shamari, for tonight's episode is actually a wee bit higher than I originally thought it was. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I mean, like, Jackie was the standout of the episode, and obviously Elton was good too, but like there was parts of the script where I always so worn out. But in terms of my channel and social media, my channel was like the next so I stream of the Kaland is the out of time crossover story with Tom Baker and David Tennant as well, and I could be having Bill Ruby on at the end of September, and I hope to get Charlotte and a few other people onto my channel as well. And in terms of my Facebook group, if you've got a YouTube channel, or if you want to keep up to date with all the videos and all the streams that everybody is involved in, my Facebook group is the annuals and YouTube hub. So to stay up to date with everything, go to my Facebook group. In terms of in, in terms of other social media, you can follow me in the Dalek on the Dalek graveyard known as Twitter. It's Celtic Daniel 22, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm sure Kira has just put it up in the live chat there too. And to subscribe to everybody else in the panel, because as I said the other night, we all could do with if you support, because YouTube are arseholes and they unsub here without getting your consent. So apart from that, that's me. I see you soon.
And next, we're going to add the wolf and the.
Okay, well, I would say I would give this episode a safe 6 out of 10. Not just because mostly just because the villain was weak, but apart from that, everything else was good. I think the character development, especially for a doctor and companion light episode, was on point. This is one of Russell's strong points, is that he's really good at developing characters, even if they are, side ones and not main ones, and he makes you really care about them. Camille Jury was fantastic. She makes me miss Jackie all the time. Love Jackie. This was a great episode for her. It was a great psychological look at, what happens to those that get left behind when the companions go off on their adventures. It's something that's not normally touched on, and I think they did a really, really good job with it. It would have probably gotten more points if the villain was stronger, but at the end of the day, you don't really care all that much about the bad guy. It's more about the people. And again, if you guys want to see me, you know where I'm at on YouTube, The Wolf in the Storm, and of course on Twitter, Wolfenstorm78. I will probably be posting a video this week once I can get my thoughts down on paper, because the Lucifer first half of season 5 of Lucifer just dropped on Netflix. I already binged it, so now I'm going to give my reviews on that, and maybe a couple of Doctor Who things, and then of course on the weekend, back to the watch-alongs as usual. And that is me. Done.
And thank you. And we will bring in Geek Union.
Hello, everyone. My rating for this episode is probably like 5.5. I've never thought much of it. I've only seen it like twice before. This is like my third time. I do still like the Jackie moments, but the rest of the episode never really sits well with me. The whole Mr. Kennedy, whatever the hell his name is, monster reveal is just kind of comes out of nowhere. So not overly keen on that. But yeah, the whole Jackie parts of the episodes I really still enjoy. And a plug for my channel, I guess. I'm doing a stream with Mr. Hyde's podcasts on Tuesday night. So go and check that out. It's going to be, well, we're going to be talking about movie and TV music composers. So yeah, and it's also my birthday in a week's time, so I might do a chill out stream then. So come and check us out, and follow us on Twitter as well at Geek Union.
And that's Geek Union. And we've got, last but not least, well, you will get my rating in a minute, but last but not least on the panel that has joined me, we've got Charlotte to give her thoughts.
Hello, I'm going to be the negative Nancy and give it a 4 because I do really like the Jackie bits. That's the one redeeming feature, but I just get bored and I get zoned out and I don't find these set of characters that interesting. I just find them a bit of, they're funny, but there's not much depth I don't see in this episode really. And I can't stand Neve Zorbeloff as a villain. So that's it for my rating, and you'll see me in the chat, obviously, during the week and on Sundays here. And like Daniel said, once he's done some more Big Finish, he wants us to do a bit of a natter and a bit of a general Who stream. So watch out for that. That's it.
And to me, well, for me, I'm actually probably going to give it the highest mark on the panel, but it gets an 8 out of 10 for me. It only gets 2 points dropped because of the simple fact I don't like the paving slab bit at the end. And I actually don't like the Zorbeloff, but I do like Mr. Kennedy. You know, I thought the story, you know, it wasn't the greatest story, but there was definitely a message there. And the message was a powerful one. You know, we don't know, we never know what happens to those people. We always know what happens to companions when they get touched by the Doctor, if you know what I mean, or they run in with the Doctor. I shouldn't say get touched by the Doctor. That sounds weird. But we never see what it's like for their family members. And in this one, we actually did. We got to see the effects of what happens if the Doctor touches someone else's life. I mean, Elton's mother died. The Doctor happened to be there to try save her, but still, look at how Elton's life ended up. He spent his whole life trying to find out what happened to his mother, and everybody had, you know, even the what's her name, Mrs. Yoki, that ends up with your man that gets absorbed. Her daughter's gone missing. They all have tragic stories, but all somehow connect, you know, with the Doctor, or this is, you know, so it is an interesting one for me. I definitely never liked the Alien anyway, but I definitely don't like it now after I know who's bloody designed it. I mean, listen, that just goes to show you, you know, someone with no imagination, and you get that. That's what you get when someone, now someone will argue you were a kid, but even as a kid, I would have come up with a better Alien than that, to be quite honest with you. You know, something that didn't look like a fat slob, or maybe it was a representation of himself. You know, we never know. Yeah, I just can't stand that monster. But other than that, yeah, I'm just knocking off 2 points. So it's an 8 out of 10 for me. I really do enjoy this story. As I said, it's next week's one now, where I absolutely hate it. But, you know, we go on. Actually, I have to say, looking at it compared to season 1, season 2 actually is last few episodes are very weak, actually. So yeah, it goes on a bit of a null because to start to see season 3, people don't really like it. I do, because it's so low key. But a lot of people didn't like it until they start getting a bit kicky in, which it did near the mid season. But I enjoy it, but it does take a dip. So that's, yeah, 8 out of 10. That's what I said, 8 out of 10. So, yeah, that's it. But listen, I'll be back here to I don't know when I'm back. I might be back tomorrow. I might have it streamed during the day, an early one.
What?
Tuesday I'm streaming with Comics
What?
Division. I might take Wednesday off though. Wednesday and Thursday.
No.
Yeah, so yeah, as you can hear Charlotte's go no in the background. But yeah, so we'll see what happens anyway, you know yourselves. So listen, I'll bring the rest of the guests on because we're gonna head off now. It's a 2 out of 10 for me.
A 2 out of 10?
Yeah. Someone said 2 out of 10. What would you give Love of Monsters if you were to give it a rating?
I'd give it if you're not streaming tomorrow.
What I asked you for a rating. I didn't ask you about me streaming. What's your rating? See this is what I have to go up with, right? What's your rating for Love of Monsters?
I haven't watched it recently.
Fergie, but you remember it. Come on, even.
Not speaking to you.
All right, she's not speaking to me. All right, I'm in the doghouse. And with that, I'm gonna have to leave it there. But listen, thank you to all my guests as usual. Nice to have you on board. So yeah, next week, Fairhole. I have to say, next few weeks, I'm not actually looking forward to be honest with you.
Jesus, are you fearful? Oh my God.
Yeah. But I'll enjoy it because I'll have yous with me. But no, this next week episode really annoys me. Good concept, badly let down, to be honest with you. Yeah, it is, and that singing just bleeding annoys me. Someone put a pillow over our head.
Yep.
Right, and with that, I'm gonna have to say good night to you all. Good night, guys. I got tongue twisted there. Good night, Daniel. Good night, Charlotte. Good night, Geek Union, and good night, Wolf and the Storm. Thank you to the Rabbi, and thank you everybody in the chat. And I leave you with this bloody thing that Lee created. Lee is actually working on something for me special for the classic who watch alongs. I've asked him to do something little special. He said he'll see what he can do. So we might have something nice and special for the classic watch along. So here we go. See you. Good night. Look after yourself. Stay safe. Enjoy the week.